I couldn't manage bills and be able to take care of my daughter.
They were kicked out of their homes for coming out.
My 13-year-old cousin was shot and killed.
It's facing those tragedies, it's talking about them.
He needed good role models in his life.
Family takes care of family no matter what.
It's giving me job career training.
I'm gonna fulfill my dream.
I've seen real hope.
Nothing more I could wish for.
Before I got to high school, I did have that fear of law enforcement. There was always that threat of, oh, every time I leave the house, be careful, Michael. Be slow to anger or like smile because they target you. They're not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. They're not gonna ask you questions, they're just gonna deal with you. That's the perception we had. But once I started playing sports, I was excelling. One time after we won a big game, I saw a cop just walking up patrolling the neighborhood. He stopped me and he was just like, good game last night, and just kept going. Didn't ask to search me, there was nothing else going on with it, so I was like, wow, okay, that was different. Saw him again at school, I said hi, he said hi, and just kept walking, and then that's when I realized, okay, like there are people too, like you can have relationships with them. Ever since then, I looked at them differently. For the youth here in Fort Pierce, the only time that they have a conversation with law enforcement is if they're doing something wrong, if they're getting pulled over for something, or if they're getting questioned for a crime that happened nearby. That shouldn't be the only time they have a conversation with the law enforcement.
I've been doing this a long time. I get it when you see your family and your friends arrested as a young child, and that's the only contact you ever have in law enforcement. They know no explanation to that. But I'm not comfortable that we go to shooting scenes in the city of Fort Pierce and no one wants to speak with us. That's not the way it should be.
It's not that I don't like them. It's just like, the first time I met them, I nervous and stuff. Cause I knew it was a lot of bad kids, they like to do bad stuff. And I didn't want to be involved with it, so I just kept going.
If the community gets involved with our youth, and change the message that we're sending about who law enforcement are and what their job is and how we perceive them, we can see major change.
Let's hear it for Miami Dolphins, Michael Thomas.
How y'all doing today? Hey, man, y'all look good, man. The First Step program, I encourage you all to actually get involved because that park was once a dangerous place a lot of kids didn't want to go to. And fast forward a year later, how that's no longer the case, where it's a place where it's safe to go have fun. To have the authorities, these brave people, to actually come out, want to build a relationship with the community that they serve, that's amazing.
Every Tuesday we go out there. We bring footballs and basketballs and hula hoops and jump ropes, and we never turn anybody away.
We go there for an hour. In 20 minutes, we engage with some kind of activity or sport. 20 minutes we talk to them, and in 20 minutes we feed them every week.
We've made a concerted effort to make sure that children especially, but families too, see law enforcement in a positive light and not just see law enforcement when they're there to arrest or keep the peace.
We want them to know that regardless of our rankings, we're still people, and more importantly, that they can achieve what we achieve. And sometimes you can tell there's a little uncomfortableness, but once they start to talk to us and get to know us, it's absolutely amazing.
Set, hut.
As a whole, they feel special when they have a bond like that. Now we talk about school and fun things and what they've done and pictures that they draw us during the week. Calls for service have decreased. Violent crime has decreased in that area. The kids are more willing to talk to us. Even their parents are now starting to come to the park.
Since we started this, when that law enforcement officer goes into that community, it's not like that standoff now where the kid thinks the law enforcement's the bad guy. The communication, the trust, and what's going on now is totally different.
Ever since I was playing football with them, the police, they nice to me. They like my friends.
First step on three, 1, 2, 3.
We cannot arrest our way out of the issues that is taking place today. It is a community effort of us working together to make that difference.
This is not fixing law enforcement in Florida by any means. This isn't even fixing what's broke in St. Lucie County. But by doing these little steps at a time, it gives us hope, and it should give the community hope that at one point we will work together again.
These law enforcement officers, they're actually doing it the right way. They're trying to bridge that communication gap, developing a relationship with those that they serve, those that they're protecting. These kids, they get a unique opportunity to see the law enforcement who serve their community, trying to build a relationship with them. It's shown that, okay, if we actually get out there and work together, we can see the positive results that we want to see.